What now? Oh, sorry. Hey guys, I'm Mike at Filmboy24. Let me sit up straight. And so good morning, afternoon to everyone. I am all discombobulated. So there's really no one off camera. I'm by myself. Anyway, it's time for Found Film number 60. A 6 and a 0. Number 60. That's 60 times that we've taken an old roll of film that was shot presumably many, many years ago by somebody that we're not familiar with. So it wasn't my family. And we've processed it right here at home in my little home lab. Settle down. And then we scan it and then I present it to you. Well, this time it's a funky old roll of 72-78 Tri-X in 16 millimeter. So here's the thing. How did I come across this particular roll of 16 millimeter film? Well, that's a good question and one that I don't really have the answer to. Because what I do know for sure is that I bought it at one time, probably on eBay, because I get a lot of film on eBay, or I used to before they started charging $100 a foot for old expired film. And it was presumed to be new. And I think what I did, I think I got it with a little lot of film that was just old expired stock that has never been shot. So it was stored away in my nifty little storage area where I keep film for me to shoot one day. And I started digging through all of my film stocks not too long ago, and I came across a few of them that were in boxes similar to this. This one is actually the one we're doing today, and this one was open. Now, it's very common for films to be open like this and the daylight spool to be inside there, but still not shot. Some people would open it up and they would think about shooting, or something would happen, they wouldn't shoot it, put it back in the box, close it back up. So I get a ton of film that is not sealed, but it's still ready to be shot. But what I do in those instances is I will snip a little piece off the end of it, and I'll take it in my little dark room, like that, and I'll develop it. I'll just process a little piece of it, like maybe 6 or 8 inches of it. And I did that for this and several other rolls, and this one actually had images. So at that point, I knew, bing, because I'm know-all, nothing, that I probably had some cool found film. Now, I'm not exactly sure, I wasn't at the time, when that could have been shot. The footage that is right here. I wasn't sure when it was shot because there's no process before date on this. Sometimes they put it on here, sometimes they didn't. They didn't on this box. So it was like a little up in the air. So I process it, and I process it in HC110B. I don't remember exactly how long I processed it for. I got it in my notes, and I didn't write them down. But my typical for Tri-X is somewhere around 5 to 8 minutes. It depends. I experiment a little bit with it. So I did that at about 67 degrees Fahrenheit. There's no rim jet on this old black and white film, which is bing. I do the bings, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to mess with that. And then I fixed it for about 7 minutes and hung it to dry. And then I scanned it right over there, right off camera there on the desk scanner. On my Movie Stuff Retro Scan Universal Mark I unit in 2K, and I'm bringing it to you in all of its historic glory. Now, it's interesting. It's a little different than what we usually get. I know I said earlier I didn't know when it was shot, but I did or was able to pull an edge code off of this film. And the edge code was, see, I make all my marks on here. It was a square, like that. And according to Kodak's very own little chart, their handy chart, date code chart, that means this particular roll of film was manufactured in 1960. 1960. So I'm going to say that it was shot sometime in the very early 60s. Couldn't have been shot in 59. We know that. Unless Kodak's wrong. So early 60s, and it's different. The first about 40-45 seconds is, well, I'm going to show you the film and then we're going to chat about it for a second. Here you go. So it came out decent, pretty well. I mean, about as good as I typically get for this kind of film. Think about this. It was shot probably a little over 60 years ago. So pretty good results for film that old, and home processed and home scanned and home sort of graded, black and white grading, if you do that to black and white. TWA flight. Now, I don't know, but my guesstimate would be, my hypothesis is that whoever is filming is on a flight to some sort of a graduation of a military academy for a young person. There. I just summed it all up. So we had some liquor service. I don't know how long the flight was, a bit of liquor service on the flight, and there were several different shots of the liquor bottles sitting on the, I don't know, the table or the chair next to them or something. Had a couple little shots outside the window. So, TWA, I don't know if I mentioned that already. Obviously, you could see that. Then we have some sort of a military academy, it looks like, a school or West Point-ish type of academy where there's likely a graduation or some kind of a ceremony with the little fella there. Looks like he's maybe early teens, something like that. So probably still around, hopefully. Maybe he's still with us. That would be cool. I don't have any idea where this hails from. If you recognize that academy or that school, here, I got to put that down. Leave it. I have to, we have to sort of illustrate and animate what I want you to do. I don't want you to tickle the tabletop. I want you to leave it in the comments down there below if you recognize anything about this found film. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but if you're keen and you're sharp, unlike me, you will notice that, and I'm going to put a picture up. Here's a picture. This is about the last second of that film. Now, it's clearly-ish 4 rolls of 16 millimeter film. I can't quite make out what kind of film that is, and I know it's pretty irrelevant and meaningless and pointless, but it would just be kind of fun to know what that film stock is. Now, I don't know if that was shot maybe when the person got back home and they wanted to burn up the last, foot of film really quick, so they did that, which I do regularly with my film as well. So, if you know what kind of stock that is, do the thing again. Do the tickle the desktop. Leave a comment and let me know. I searched a little bit trying to figure it out, but I can't. So, that's it. That's found film number 60. Whoa! I love doing this series. This is so much fun for me. It's interesting. It's so fun getting these images of old Americana and worldwide Icana out there to people. Sometimes I do get films from overseas. I'm in the States. So if you have some old found film that you don't know who shot it, it came in a camera, and it's fully exposed to the best of your knowledge, email me. There goes the thing again. Email me. My email address is in the About section right here on YouTube. And I don't charge anything to process old found film. I just keep it. You're not going to get it back, but I can send you a digital file. And I can decide whether we're going to display it right here on my channel. Stop. Anyway, if you have regular film that you want me to home process and scan for you, I can do that as well. I do have to charge, but I do it fairly regularly for people. Email me once again. And I hope you enjoyed this fun little found film episode. I got a billion more, a lot more. I even have some found still film. I started a tiny little series on that, and I got another one of those coming soon. So stay tuned. And I want you to do me a solid if you can. It's right there. Right there. I did the sound effect, but it also put one in there. Hit the like button for me. It means a lot, and it helps this channel sort of kind of pounce around a little bit and gets recommended and things like that. I don't know, they know we're doing something here at Filmboy24. If you think I've earned it, man, I love to ramble. How about that? How about subscribe for me so you can check out my next hot video coming soon to a computer screen near you. And don't forget, if you have not been to one of my Sunday live streams, you've got to pop in and check it out. Say hello. Leave me a little comment. Just let me know you're there. Or just lurk. I do that a lot with live streams, but I'd love to see you there. So if you would, pop in. They are Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If I can't make it, I put out a little notice to cancel, but I don't do that very often. And until the very next time that I see all of your gorgeous faces, even though I can't actually see all of your gorgeous faces. You know. Well, I'll see all of you on the very next go-around.